An important event in French history for women's rights is the right of abortion. It was made legal in 1975, and it's called the Veil Law. It's in honor of Simone Veil, the woman who fought for women's rights. Back in 1942, it was actually punished by death. Things happen to a woman's body, things they can't always control or defend themselves against, and those things have consequences. So it's important that they can now be able to have a solution against those consequences. Fortunately, today, over 200,000 abortions happen per year.
In the old days, women were not able to have their own wage. It was delivered to the husband. The event which affected us about women's rights is that in 1907, in France, a law authorized married women to dispose their salary. Jeanne Chauvin was the first principal woman who defended this right. She was the first woman to be a lawyer in France. This fact affected us particularly because it was the first legislative steps which moved into the equality of men and women.
Women weren't allowed to wear some special kind of clothing. For example, they weren't allowed to wear pants. The only time women were allowed to wear pants, they wore trousers for only mobility and work-related issues, not fashion. The only purpose they needed those trousers for it was when they replaced their husbands that went to war during the Second World War.
We think that the suffragettes were crucial to create the developed and modern world we live in today. The women's organization was based on the desire to be equal to men. They fought hard to give women the right to vote, and thanks to the movement that started in the end of the 19th century, women got the vote in 1918.
For us, the one thing that has changed women's lives the most in a positive manner is that women now have access to higher education, this allows equality between both men and women. And nowadays, women can get jobs in the same way that men do, which today for everyone seems very normal, but in the old days this would have been a massive deal. And this only shows us how much women's rights have evolved in a positive way.
I think we need to get rid of the stereotypes that are in today's society, like the women can't do certain sports or that men can't dress up a certain way. And so if there's more of an equality and we give more freedom for our kids to decide what they want to do, then I think we're already going to have a better future than today.
I think we need to decrease the number of beaten women in France. Every year there are approximately 500,000 cases of beaten women in France, and I think we should reduce this number.
In the next 50 years, society should start teaching children early that a man's opinion isn't worth more than a woman's, and that all arguments are equal.
In the next 50 years, we hope that the salaries of men and women will be equal.
50 years, I really hope women can have their own rights on their bodies. They can do whatever they want to do with there's big cases of women getting married without their agreement and being forced to give their virginity, and that should not be acceptable.
Years, I'd really like to see men and women have equal access to different jobs. I don't want a man's CV to be worth more than a woman's CV. I think they should be equal, and I think that's really important.